our friend, the wrench came back on again.
It seems to be going downhill. Oh, here. What's up, Brite Nation?
Hey, what's going on YouTube?
We are still in Colorado. If you remember, if you watched the last video, which if you didn't,
It's my birthday.
You have to go back and watch it.
I want to.
Yeah, it's Kevin's birthday. So we invited his friends, Aaron and True, up from Texas for his birthday. We're going wheeling. We've got the Bronco Raptor. Aaron has his Jeep JK over there. And we're just here to have fun. We did Hackett Gulch yesterday. Damaged the shit out of that guy. Oh, God.
The Bronco needs some upgrades.
We're gonna go over the trail damage real quick on the Bronco, and then we're gonna start the trail we're doing today, which is Hackett Gulch and maybe even Longwater Gulch, which...
Depending on when we get done with this, yeah.
Depending on when we get done, I kind of hope we make it to Longwater because, for those of you that don't know,
that's where I proposed to the beautiful Brittany.
That's where he proposed to me,
yeah.
And then 10 minutes later, instantly submerged our Land Cruiser in like 8 feet of water. So, anyways, let's go over some damage.
We'll talk about the elephant in the room here. The rear bumper is not made to come down on a rock.
It cannot withstand the weight of the
vehicle. It is steel. It's flimsy steel. It bent the whole thing. Ford didn't learn from Jeep and to put the license plate somewhere else, like, I don't know, maybe a spare tire.
Because it instantly destroyed the entire license plate bracket.
Yeah, so it crushed everything. So we need a rear bumper. Luckily, these quarters are plastic, so when it got up into the quarter panel, it didn't mess it up. But yeah, so we need a rear bumper. We need to figure that out. I am glad we got the sliders from Next Venture Motorsports. We use them a ton. You see marks all over the UHMW. This is that UHMW, which is like a cutting board material plastic, and then all the way up, rocks got all the way up to the bottom of the door. So this could have been door damage all the way up here.
100% would have been door damage.
It would have 100% been door damage. I do like the fact that I did take off the little mud flap extension because that would have hit and ripped this flare off. So I'd recommend taking off that mud flap extension, but this did great. We hit our lower control arms a lot, so I think we want to do some like UHMW on that or something. Yeah, I mean,
get our belly! Oh my God!
Oh my God, he's doing high jumps!
You gotta catch him and like throw him back or something.
I didn't hit the front bumper at all. I didn't take off these winglets, which I should have for rock crawling, but I didn't get into the front bumper at all. The body has so much flex that the body is hitting the bolt here, and it popped this whole thing out yesterday, but actually you can see it better on the other side. You can see where the bolt got into the body right here and messed up the paint and tore up the plastic some. So I don't know what we're gonna do about that. I guess if I take the winglet off, then I don't have to worry about that anymore. The wheels did great, tires great. We just need, if you want to crawl under there, you probably don't because it's all dirt. The skids are pretty beat up, and I almost like tore the gas tank skid. I saw that earlier. You can just show that right there. Like I smashed the gas tank skid on the side and almost tore it open.
Definitely need skids and a new rear bumper at least.
Yes, and hopefully a front bumper with an integrated winch is what I'd like to do. Other than that, it performed fantastically. You have to.
That was the worst throw in the history ever. I'm sorry.
That was pretty bad.
Filming it and throwing it at the same time was not easy.
That was pretty bad. The Bronco Raptor did phenomenal. I will tell you, I would not have done all the bonus obstacles if I didn't have the rack, the 74 weld billet rack, and the Fouts tie rods. Yeah, that's the only thing that gave me the confidence in doing that. So
Kevin also says it did exceptionally well, but I think he forgot about the electronic issues
it
kept putting it into limp mode. So
you have a little wrench that comes up, and then limp mode, and you can't go faster than.
And then it takes away all your throttle. So we had to figure that out. Turns out you just turn it off and turn it back on, and
it worked. Although there was one other thing where I was vertical trying to go, and the rear was kind of bound up, and it just didn't have enough transfer case or gearing to allow me to spin the tires even like foot to the floor. I think that's a torque issue. Like it was, I don't know. It was, I think, trying to save itself so you didn't grenade the T case or something else. But not a fan of that.
Not the greatest rock crawler, which we already know. Jeep Wrangler for rock crawling. That doesn't mean we're not going to try and beat the crap out of it.
And if you're curious where this trail's at, we are going to map it on OnX, and it will be available. This is one of those trails that's not on OnX, that doesn't have a rating. I think this is like a 7-8 rated trail. We've done it in the snow and in the winter, and it's super duper fun. But there's a lot of off camber and a lot of really sketchy places. So as you can see here, We're just outside Woodland Park. It's in Divide, Colorado. So we are in Colorado.
But we'll map it. That way you guys have it. And if you don't have Onyx Off-Road or you don't use that map system, you can use the code LITEBRITE to save yourself 20%. I'll also include a link in the description for you as well. But so far, it's been one of our favorite apps, and we're doing our best to map all of our favorite trails and get more information on them for you guys. That way, if you see a video where we're doing a trail and you're like, that looks sick, I want to do it, we'll have it all ready for you. So there aren't a whole lot of obstacles on this trail, but obstacles is also a very subjective term, right? There are definitely a handful of spots that can be very fun. For us, maybe not quite as challenging as some other trails, but that doesn't mean you can't make it slightly more challenging by doing some fun lines on the obstacles that are on the trail. What are you doing, Aaron?
Just watching.
So it may be worth mentioning too that during any type of rainy or wet weather, these rocks are super, super slick. As you can see, even in dry weather, there he goes. Even in dry weather, they can be kind of slick. So they do have a winch point already set up for you just in case you need it. What'd you say, Kevin?
So if he just disconnect his front sway bar, he would actually walk up everything. He said, yeah, but what fun is that?
The one obstacle.
Yeah, the one obstacle. What was the popping, clicking noise?
Oh, I don't know. That was underneath us, like the drive shaft or something.
Yeah.
That's a problem for future concern.
Yeah, that's it. So this trail used to be quite a bit harder, and either they filled in some spots or Mother Nature just kind of filled it in. This trail is just way more fun in the snow. It's completely doable, but it makes things really sketchy.
Sketchier.
Yeah, because you're slipping and sliding and you got snow and ice. So although it's beautiful during the summer like this isn't like oh my god, I have to go do this trail. Like it's just really pretty, and the couple obstacles that there were are no longer really that difficult. But if this was covered in snow and ice, it gets
rowdy.
It gets really fun because then you're gonna hit trees or go off, or you can't really make it up that hill, which is why there's winch points.
Kevin, fun. So a lot of the uphill climbs like this, you can see kind of the incline we're going at, are definitely, like Kevin said, way more fun in the snow because you just have to pin it and hope you make it to the top.
White snow, red sky, reach up for so high, blue eyes, fake cry, beware of the fox tonight. Cold feet, a dark rain, my blood in your frozen veins, dream high, no pain.
So you can see we're going downhill right now. It's a pretty steep downhill, but it rides the ridge line quite a ways. So you go uphill and then downhill, which is why in the snow and ice.
It's wild because some of these are really steep and you have to luge, just like slide down it, but then how do you get back up?
It's definitely not a weather condition you should do this trail on if you're not experienced.
Yeah.
So here's the other thing about Hackett Gulch. At one point in time, these signs right here did not exist. But as of right now, for motorized vehicle, the trail ends right here. And they have done that. Whoa!
Good save.
Good save. They have done that primarily for resource protection, but also because essentially this is exactly where there is a county line. And this county is okay with the trail. This county is not okay with the trail as far as motorized vehicles go. But this does lead down to the river, and at one point in time, way back when, you could actually go down Hackett, cross the river, go across, and go out long water. You can't do that anymore because from this point forward, motorized vehicles not allowed. But you can hike down to the river, which I think is what we are going to do right now.
I still have to keep the Bronco. It's got all these codes that nobody can drive away anymore.
So here's the thing. Although the river is super cool, and it used to be our favorite part of the whole trip, because it's kind of the whole point, right? It's taking this trail all the way down to the river and hanging out. 10-10, it's not worth the hike. How long is this hike?
Well, only half a mile, but it's like...
It's like half a mile.
People hike as hobbies, Brittany.
Well, I don't hike as a hobby, I off-road as a hobby. That's why I have a vehicle to do the hiking for me. This, it's like a half mile, but it's like a, what is this, 13%, 15% grade? What'd you say?
This is great because it makes you appreciate how good your vehicle is going up this stuff. This is hard to hike.
I can appreciate it without doing this though. Honestly, I don't know if you can even tell how uphill this is. Like she's at least 2 stories above us. At this point it's like, yeah, it's about that. That's pretty bad. All the regrets, 100% of the regrets. So we've discovered that Drew and I are the weakest links.
I knew I was the weakest link.
This sucks. But this view, the view is really, really pretty. That's just all the way downhill. All downhill. Not worth it. Don't do that part. Just park up there and look at the view and then turn around.
So another trail, another Bronco problem. Steering selection not available. My mode not available. Damper mode selection not available. So I have a drive control fault. Service required.
No idea why, when, why, how. We haven't done anything hard.
The only good news is I still have my 4-wheel drive, 4-low. I can disconnect my sway bar. I can still hit my lockers. So it's just the drive modes. Not a huge deal, but still stupid.
For a $100,000 vehicle.
Yeah, still stupid. You know what hasn't had any faults or codes? That 20-year-old Jeep.
The JK?
With us that's like just beat to hell and like never even serviced. The wrench came back on again. Yay. So it seems...
Wait, in that corner over there?
Yeah.
So, it seems to be going downhill. Oh. Hear it?
All around me are familiar faces.
So basically, it's putting us into a limp mode of sorts. It's completely got, look how red my face is. It's so hot outside. That hike sucked. Anyways, Bronco problems, I guess. Turn it off, turn it back on. Seems to go away, but again, no idea what's causing it. And the technology is there for it to tell you exactly what's wrong. Like, it's fully capable of telling you, like, hey, this sensor, fault here, whatever the case is, and it's not.
I can't replicate it, so I can't take it to the dealer, and every time you shut it off,
and turn it back on, it resets.
So I don't even know what to do.
So it turns out we're all a bunch of big babies.
I mean, we did it. That was a steep.
We did
that
it.
is steep. That is
1,000% underestimated that. hike.
But we've never hiked it. We've always driven it. But I
We've
will
always
say
driven
now, I would say this is more of a winter trail if they don't shut the gate in the winter.
Yeah, if they don't shut the gate during the winter.
It would be a gnarly, sketchy trail in the winter, but during the summer, it's just a pretty drive.
In the snow, it is sketchy, extremely dangerous, and very challenging.
Yeah.
I don't know if they shut it in the winter, but there once upon a time they didn't, and we did it in the snow, and that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But, oh well, we went, we came, we saw, we went. We don't need to see Longwater. I still remember where he proposed and when he did. I have video to prove it. It's on the YouTube channel, actually. But that's it.
We're going to go get some lunch.
We're going to go get lunch or dinner. I don't even know what time it is. But Bronco Raptor, in many ways, great success. In many other ways,
It's a POS.
piece of shit. It's just, I will say, significantly more comfortable than the Jeep. At least it's a comfortable
Not more than the stepchild.
No, it's not more comfortable than the stepchild, but we do have a lot of tuning.
But it's
and work
brand
into the
new, and I haven't even modded. People are like, when are you going to tune it? When are you going to do this? Why? I'm having issues with it
We're stock. And God
Whatever.
forbid the moment you start changing any of those little electronical things, it just causes more problems and more gremlins. I don't know. We'll see. We're just going to kind of go with the flow.
Yeah, whatever.
But it is what it is.
I
As
like
always.
it. I like it. I hate it.
Yeah. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Remember, find all your Lite Nation merch and decals at litebritstudios.com. As always, we love you, and we'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.
There's a baby and Mama Moose.
The baby.
The baby moose and the Mama Moose.